Hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Team Lotus F1 Manager stream. We were away on Tuesday, so it's been a whole week since we did this series, basically. Yeah, last Friday was the last one. So we are back today, and also means we are only 1 week away from actual Formula 1 cars competitively racing. We've had testing, and Australia is next week, so it's all getting very exciting. But we've got work to do here today, as we are heading to Singapore, I believe, race 18. So we've only got a handful left after this one. And as you can see, there's going to be a bit of wet weather, so we'll check that out. But I hope you're all doing well on this Friday. Another weekend is here. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well, whoever's jumping into the chat across the platforms. But yeah, as you can see, a bit of weather. So let's have a look at strategy. So it did, by default, put us on this medium to inter. So if we just look at the track graph, we can see here from around about lap 25. So this line here, if you're not aware of the game, this is indicating the rain level. So as you can see, from lap 25, the rain will start and it will increase, and it will basically be inters all the way. Now, there's a couple of things here. Lap 63, this is getting pretty close to full wet. So I don't think it will reach full wet. But if we get a safety car or a red flag that delays the race in terms of it prolongs the duration of the race, it may well mean we end up on wet tyres. At the moment, it won't be the case, but it'll be very touch and go at the end. Other thing, as I say, lap 25 is when the rain should come in. So to say, they were going for this medium, but you'd really have to nurse this medium. So you'd have to be on light. So actually, we've decided to change it and go hard. It's quicker. It says it's quicker, but also it gives us more room to play with in terms of the tyres. So we can attack, we can conserve, depending on what the weather does. So hard to inters, I feel, is the right way to go. And that's the way we're going with both drivers. Lucas, hello buddy, how's it going? Hope you're well. So yeah, we're going hard and inters with both drivers. Alonso has qualified P3. Ricardo was P6, but I believe someone's took a penalty, so he's promoted one spot. So it's third and fifth in a dry to wet race in Singapore, which can be pretty chaotic. So let's see how it goes. Thanks for the gift, Lucas. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Yes, I am very well, thank you. Looking forward to this weekend, I must admit, but I am very well. But yeah, let's jump in then, see how we go on this one. We've got a good lead in the constructors, so that is looking very good. But the Drivers' Championship is still between four drivers, which is Ricciardo leading, then Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda and Max Verstappen, all in the hunt. The Red Bulls set blistering times in qualifying. We were half a second off Sainz, who was in second, 6/10 off Max in first. So it looks like the Red Bulls are going to have the pace round here. But as I say, got to keep it clean round here. Anything can happen, and we've got some wet weather. So let us see how we go then in Singapore as the lights are on. And they're held for quite a while, but the Red Bulls get us underway. Verstappen from pole, Sainz in second, Alonso third, and Leclerc in fourth, then Danny Rick in fifth. Alonso challenging Carlos Sainz there. Can Carlos Sainz keep it on the inside? Can Alonso get into P2 here? Bit of a drag down here. If we can use the slipstream of Verstappen, we can. And Alonso has moved up to P2, so he's gained a position, and so has Ricciardo. Yeah, it wasn't Sainz who took the penalty. Who took the penalty? Tsunoda. It was Yuki Tsunoda who qualified P5 and took a penalty. So, Alonso moves up one, so does Ricciardo off the start. SAFC, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. So Verstappen leads from pole and is maintained. Alonso up one from P3 and Ricciardo up one from P5. Let's have a look at tyres. Sainz. Woo. Sainz has gone very bold on the soft tyre. Okay, that is bold. I can't see the softs lasting until the wet weather gets here, unless he's just going to go completely conserve on those. Someone, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, that is bold, going on the softs there. Ricciardo is challenging Carlos Sainz. Maybe Carlos Sainz is trying to look after those softs, and therefore he's not getting much temperature in there. And Ricciardo is into P3, so a great first lap for our drivers. Alonso up to P2 from P3, and Ricciardo now up to P3 from P5.
Good job.
And we have got a bit of tyre life to play with, so we can continue here.
Currently P2.
Just want to keep Alonso pushing and keeping in Max's DRS, because that is about, well, it has been enabled. So once we get to the next
Gap
detection zone,
4.
which is now, we will see that we have got DRS. And are we going to try and make a move here? We are. We're alongside Max Verstappen then for the lead of the race. Fernando Alonso side by side. I think Max is going to get better traction out there, and he does. And Max remains in the lead then. And Ricciardo and Sainz are still squabbling as well.
Yep, this is my pace.
Sainz has got back past Ricciardo. We can see it in the background there.
That's okay.
Sainz, can't see how that's going to work for Sainz. Adam, thanks for the follow. Dupin, my man, thanks for the give. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. All right, next DRS zone. Yeah, I just can't see how that's going to work for Sainz on those softs, but could be proved wrong. Bottas and Hamilton already got some kind of damage or issue. He might have started the race with that, but... Can Alonso just hold on to Max here? Now, Ricciardo is staying with Sainz, but we're using a lot of battery.
Charge on. We need a little bit more lift off if you can, please. We need a little bit more.
Alonso then DRS on Verstappen. He's going to have a go again. But Max will have the inside round here. And now it switches back to Fernando. Side by side again. These two having a good little fight. And they're only 2.5 clear because it's now the top four as Sainz and Ricciardo join the party.
I don't have that pace.
Come on, Fernando. We don't want you negative today.
Don't stress.
Exactly, GP. GP don't want him stressing. Fernando on the inside. These two are having a real ding-dong, and it's brought Ricciardo and Sainz towards them. And Alonso finally is going to move ahead of Max, but as soon as Max gets the DRS, he's probably going to come straight back past us. Look at tyres then, 88%. Right, Ricciardo probably needs to start looking after his tyres.
Okay, that's currently pretty P1. And try to cool down the tires while you can. It's slightly coming up.
Right, let's just get into our strategy now. Alonso's going to be under real pressure here.
Could you double your lift off, please? Stick on your line.
And now, thanks for the follow, much appreciated.
We need to protect. Keep the head down. So we have Leclerc a little while behind.
Right, Sainz is past Ricciardo again. These keep battling away.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
Keep your head down.
Max, DRS. Is he going to send one? No, a little bit too far back on this occasion. So 4 laps gone, or 3 laps gone as we start the 4th lap. Alonso leads Verstappen, then Sainz and Ricciardo. The top 4 have a 2.3 second buffer. Jay Fletcher, man in red, hope Hamilton wins this year. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see if he's got the car to do so. I think his, even if he has got the car, he's going to have a big challenge with his teammate in Charles. Right, let's have a look at tyres then. 91. Sainz at 86%. He is managing them well, I guess. CJ Watts, wish I could still play this on Xbox. Yeah, I can't see Sainz making those tyres last, but they're not too bad at the moment, 85%. There's a few soft runners.
Head down.
And Max, I think we're just going to be battling away with these Red Bulls for a while here. Let's see if the rain has changed at all. No, still lap 25, so I think you've really got to change to inters by about lap 26. So it's another 20 laps. He's done 15% in 4 laps. So, yeah, I think his tyres, his soft tyres will be pretty warm by the end of this. Zai, thanks for the follow. Who's your money on to win drivers and constructors this season in real life? Before before testing, I had a good feel. I am a McLaren fan, so without being biased, before testing, I had a good feeling about Ferrari, but it does seem like McLaren got good pace, so I don't know. I still feel a McLaren constructors, but I still feel Charles Leclerc is going to win a Drivers' Championship. I don't know why. That's just always been my feeling. So, will you be streaming the real races when the season starts? I don't tend to, no. I certainly shall be watching. But yeah, what about you guys in the chat? Oh no!
It's a time.
Verstappen! No, Max! Oh, Max has took Alonso out. Max, this is going to be a red flag. Max Verstappen. Did he just lock up? Oh, Alonso's out. That could be Alonso's Drivers' Championship. That is a big lock up. Yes, thank you, Max. That could be Alonso's Drivers' Championship dream over, as well as Max Verstappen, and it could well just secure it for Ricciardo. Not mathematically, with about 7 races to go, but this could be massive for Ricciardo, and it is a red flag. Verstappen out, Alonso out. Oh, it ends in tears. Here it is again. Nothing Fernando can do. Max carries way too much speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing we could do about that. But this red flag could mean we end up on full wet. We'll have to have a look at the radar, weather radar. Oh, that's heartache for Fernando Alonso then, who is out of this race. Well, we'll only be managing Danny Rick then for the rest of this one. But what I was going to say in the chat, until Max Verstappen rudely interrupted me, is in the chat, who do you think is going to be the Constructors and Drivers Champion this year? We may as well swap over to softs. I feel we can make the softs work now. Lap 25. Yeah, I feel the softs could work. Oh dear.
We're ready to get this race underway.
Oh dear, well it's going to be Sainz that gets us away. We're down to 20 drivers. Verstappen and Alonso out of the race. It's still dry, but the wet weather will be a lot sooner coming in now.
It's lights out.
As we are underway.
You've got everything. Press on the hold available.
Danny Rick gets a good start. I don't think it's enough to challenge for the lead, but he'll easily hold on to P2. Teo Pourchaire. As Max Verstappen gets a penalty, that will be a grid penalty now for the next race. Teo Pourchaire in the Haas up to 5th. Rafa, thanks for the follow. Are you on PC? Yes, indeed, on PC. Yeah, so everyone switched over to the softs. That's to be expected. Now, the rain. Yeah. Now, by lap 19, the rain will be here. And look, right at the end, we could be at full wet. So I think people will still just try and eke out the inters, but it's going to be very squeaky bum time at the end there. Mark, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. But this may well end up being a 2-horse race now between Sainz and Ricciardo. Rafa, yes, I said I'm on PC, buddy. This is on PC, and I am on PC, yes. So that is just not good news for Fernando Alonso. He's about 50 points back on Ricciardo in the Drivers' Championship. Ricciardo leads it. Alonso is second, 50 points back, and then Max was 4th, about 70 points back, so all of them could still win it. Sonoda is in 3rd, but he's took a grid penalty here, so this has just really opened up for Ricciardo here. He could end up with a 70-plus point advantage on his nearest competitor by the end of this race, and with about 6 races to go. Yeah, I think it will be 6 races to go after this one. That will probably be Daniel Ricciardo becoming a Drivers' Champion. And here we go. DRS is enabled then. Ricciardo on Carlos Sainz, which is for the lead. They've already opened up 2 seconds to Bottas. So this, as I say, could well be a 2-horse race. But as I say, Singapore has a lot of incidents sometimes, as Ricciardo does get that job done. Yeah, so there could be a lot more drama to come.
P1.
My dream would be Hamilton 8th title and Merc Constructors. I'm a Merc fan, but doubt that'll happen. Who knows? It's always hard to tell. We'll see what they rock up with on Melbourne. I'm sure there'll be a few upgrades. We're not really going to know. There'll be a little indication, practice 2, when they do some quali runs. But we're not really going to know until we get to Q3. Do you know how to download new liveries? Because I downloaded today. You just download the mods, and on the mod website it should give you the instructions. You just put the pack file into download the pack file and drag it across into the game. But if you're downloading the mod, it should have instructions on there, Rafa. Finley, or F1 Finley TikTok, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Right, Ricardo leads. We're using quite a bit of battery here. We're trying to get a DRS gap. I don't think we're quite going to get it though.
Understood.
I think Sainz does get it. We set the fastest lap. That could end up being the fastest lap of the race, because obviously we're not going to go quicker when the rain comes in. Mezza, thanks for the follow. Yeah, now 2.5 back to Valtteri Bottas. As I say, we've got rain around lap 19. Got to be careful on these tyres. Probably do need to bring the pace down a little bit.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tires.
Fortunately, I don't think we're going to pull away from Sainz, so we're just going to try and have to battle Sainz throughout this race. Well, let's hope he doesn't do what his teammate done. If he does and knocks us out, that will be the first time ever I've had a double retirement. And we'll be watching without choice. We have retired both cars before to save parts, but yeah, not through choice. That would be the first time ever. But yeah, if Sainz and Ricciardo were to go out of the race, then there could be some real surprise point scorers in this one. But Teo Pourchaire in that Haas in 5th is doing a good job. Gasly has started to score points for Audi. And I think there's about 2 points between 6th and 6th to 10th. I think there's about 4 points in it, maybe? Or 7th to 10th. So it's very close down there between Haas, Audi, Williams, and who else is it? I think it's perhaps Aston Martin. But nonetheless, we continue to lead. Sainz is very much staying with us. Charles Leclerc is the car now in 3rd place, but he is nearly 3 seconds back. So the two leaders are really opening up a gap as Bottas has developed a fault by the looks of it there. And he has indeed. Just got to be, just need to have a look at when that rain's coming in. Lap 19. We're obviously on this soft, so we've got to make sure it gets to lap 19. Yeah, we probably do really need to be on standard, just to be sure.
Understood.
Actually, let's just set this up correctly. Let's put the inter on, just so everything is set up as we need to be. Going to be somewhere around there, isn't it? But yeah, it may go to full wets at the end now, because that red flag has delayed sort of the end time of the race by about 10 minutes, so it's pushed it back 10 minutes. And that rain is going to get heavier towards the end of the race, so if we have another safety car or red flag, I think the last few laps would definitely be on full wets. At the moment, I think you'll still get away with inters. But yeah, I think it'll be close between Ferrari and McLaren, and then Mercedes and the Red Bull of Max won't be too far behind.
Keep looking after your tires.
But if you are dropping into the stream, you haven't already, please do smash the like button. Really does help me out. Promotes the channel, gets it to a wider audience, so much appreciated if you can do that for me. And Ricciardo and Sainz continue to battle away then. I would be surprised, although we're probably going to make sure that happens now, but I would be surprised if there was no further incidents around here, because you normally get quite a few, as Sainz is making his move for the lead, but Ricciardo fends him off for now. And Leclerc is getting closer. Leclerc and Bottas, they're having a little bit of a push.
Coming now.
Reese, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Sainz is looking after his softs, to be fair. Pretty well. So, as I say, that Red Bull was about half a second to 6/10 ahead of us in qualifying. So the Red Bull should really be winning round here. We've got to try our best to stay with Sainz. I'd like to think we can nail on a P2, but Leclerc and Bottas are nearly in the DRS, and they've all saved pretty good tyres, haven't they? So this could get very interesting quickly. Jacob, how did Alonso DNF? And Max Verstappen was late on the brakes, locked up, and just went torpedoing into the back of him. So both Verstappen and Alonso out of the race. So no fault of Fernando, but he is out. As we've got a virtual safety car now. And this again
John.
would give a very slight delay to the race.
Safety car.
K-Mag. K-Mag has crashed. You can always rely on a K-Mag crash. What has he done here? That's what Max done. But Max unfortunately found the rear of Fernando. I think K-Mag will get going again, will he? No, he won't. He's completely out. Too much damage then. K-Mag's out, so we're down to 19 runners. And a virtual safety car just neutralises the race then. You can get a bit of battery life back as well, which will be good for us. Let's just forward on until this virtual finishes. But yeah, Leclerc in the pack pretty close. Teo Portier still in 5th for that Haas, so that Haas is going well round here. On merit by the looks of it, because he's not dropping. This virtual is taking quite a while, isn't it?
VSC ending.
Alright.
Okay, understood.
We are good to push. DRS enabled. DRS enabled.
Right, as we know, DRS is enabled straight away. So yeah, still saying lap 19 will get that range. So still about 6 laps away. Come on, Ricciardo. Yes, indeed. Just push on the tyre, get a bit of temperature back in them. Use the battery. But yeah, that's very early on. Free retirement. Still 50 laps to go. This could end up being not many finishes here today. Can be carnage round here, and it is, as Sainz is really pushing.
Yep, it's good.
I don't really mind if Sainz gets past us there, you know. I'm happy to filter into his DRS, but we're not going to allow it.
Okay.
Ricciardo maintains the lead. Leclerc, oh, they're nearly in our DRS here. With us battling, they might get into the DRS. We really don't want to make this a 4 or 5-way race. Really, these two should just be patient with each other and start pulling away. Right, Sainz is past us, but Bottas is in the DRS now, and you see it open, so it is now DRS train. Oh, and Ricciardo on the inside. I really don't want any more incidents, but we've only got one driver, Ricciardo, and this is a problem with us fighting. Bottas all over the back of us. Who's leading the championship? Danny Rick by 50 points to his teammate Alonso, but obviously that will be a lot more unless Ricciardo doesn't finish the race, of course. But if Ricciardo finishes this race in the points, he'll be extending that. Yuki's in 3rd, but he took a grid penalty, so he's suffering down in 11th, and Max in 4th. They're the only 4 that could really win this championship. 2 out of the 4 are out. Sonoda's not in the points, so it's opened up really well for Ricciardo here.
Bottas is in your DRS now.
But that Red Bull's got some serious pace, and I don't know if we can stick with it here. We're abusing our tyres a lot more than others as well. But we're staying in the DRS, that's the main thing. There we go, DRS open again. If we go back to standard now on the tyres.
Take it easy.
Okay.
Yeah, Teo's down to 6th now, but he's still hanging in there in that Haas. And Gasly in 9th in an Audi. Williams in 10th. Hamilton with damage in the Ferrari. That looks like it's struggling back there. Russell down in 15th. That's a bit of a mare. All right, Sainz leads, but it is now DRS train near enough down to Norris. Near enough the top 7. In fact, they are now. Leclerc's just teetering on the edge, but it's near enough DRS train from Sainz down to Piastri. George, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Right, rain is not too far away, though, is it? No. About 4 laps away now till the rain falling. I think I'll take a lap or 2 to get to Inters, though, so that's why I don't want to abuse these softs too much. Just want to stay in Sainz's DRS. Keep him pushing us along nicely. Which he is doing. Leclerc is, yeah, still teetering. I think Leclerc will lose DRS here, though. Bottas is doing a good job considering he's got a mechanical issue. Now, we've got DRS on Sainz. Looks to be a little bit too far back, though. Let's just see what that issue is for Bottas. There's Valtteri. Oh, Valtteri, double problem. Gearbox and an engine. I think Hamilton's got a gearbox issue. He has. Bottas has got minor issue on his engine and gearbox, but it's not affecting him. Staying in P3, staying in the DRS is Valtteri. Valtteri, the reigning world champion for Mercedes and the reigning constructors champions. They've had a terrible fall off this season, but they have got some pace towards the end of this season by the looks of it. Bottas, I don't think he's had a podium all year, so he could be on for his best result of the season, but developing those issues so early on, if they get any worse, I think we'll see Bottas tumbling down the order. And Drive to Survive, obviously, out today. Has anyone watched that? I know it's a debated topic. Some people don't like fans that have got into the sport from Drive to Survive. For me, I've been a fan long before Drive to Survive, but it doesn't bother me if you got into the sport from watching that. Really not a gatekeeper. More the merrier. But I still do watch Drive to Survive. You just need to take it with a pinch of salt because they obviously dramatise so much. But I do like it for just the behind-the-scenes conversations. But yeah, where they piece together radios from different races and all of that, I just ignore it. I like it for the behind-the-scenes stuff. As Leclerc is out, what is going on? Charles Leclerc is out. We've got a virtual safety car. That's the 4th car out. It is all kicking off here.
Keep following the reference.
Charles Leclerc, who was in 4th place. We could have some real surprise point scorers here. He's just going to lose this. Yeah. Oh, that's a big impact. Maybe got too much of his rear tyre on the curb.
As for the team back in the garage,
I'm surprised that's not a full safety car, to be fair. But it is another VSC. And this race should be going longer, which would mean rain would be... well, rain's on the agenda anyway, but it could be full wet towards the end. So, again, virtual safety car neutralises the race. That's good, because our softs will definitely make it to the rain now.
Battery's full.
Battery's fully charged. Just forward on until we get to virtual ending, which we've got now.
VSC ending.
Gotcha.
Second episode, Miami was so... Yeah, I just started that one earlier before coming on. The Lando v Max stuff was, yeah. It's kind of, yeah, it's random, making out that kind of Lando's bullied, and yeah, it's all over the place, that episode. But that's what I mean. You've got to take it with a pinch of salt. I think if you watch the sport, then you know what's wrong about Drive to Survive and what's right. So as I say, I just like it for some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Horner having a dig at Zach Brown and stuff like that, for example. That's quite good. Not good for me because I'm a McLaren fan, but I like the behind-the-scenes stuff. And here we go then. We've restarted, and Danny Rick is going to have a go for the lead. We're at lap 19. The rain should be hitting any moment now as we do reclaim the lead. Oh, look. Yeah, it's not going to be full wets because this is where the graph ended before. So it looked like it's going up to full wets, but it just dips back. So Inters will make it all the way.
The rain is coming.
Yep, understood.
Bottas right with us, but he's got that issue. So again, he could be going backwards. Hamilton might go backwards. So yeah, it could mean a few surprise points finishes today. But that is 4 drivers out then in the space of, what was it, the time we started that virtual, lap 17 it was, so who knows? We could end up with about 12 runners at this pace. And we've got rain to come, so it's going to get trickier out there for the drivers. But Teo Porchier's in 6th, Gasly 9th, Gasly 8th, Ocon 9th. So some of the teams further down the order definitely going to score points here today. I don't want to waste too much of that battery. But yeah, Bottas holding on to us. Hülkenberg and Piastri all in the DRS now. We have got the worst tyres, but that's absolutely fine because it's easily going to make it. 2 minutes until rain. And as I say, I think by a lap or two, it's going to be ready for inters. So it's going to fall pretty quickly. Here comes Carlos Sainz. Then DRS. We've got no DRS to defend, but we're still going to give it a good go. And Danny Rick does hold on to the lead. Jacob, thanks for the follow. Here we go. We're going to be under massive pressure. Everyone's got DRS but us here. Sainz, can he make the move? Ricciardo trying to defend it again. And Sainz reclaims the lead.
On tire wear.
And what is our pace going to be like in the rain? Are we going to be better placed in the rain, or are we going to have worse pace?
I don't think we can do much more.
I think it's going to be really hard to beat that Red Bull today. I mean, we're sticking with him, but look at the tyre difference. We've used 13% more tyre. We're using a lot of battery. Sainz is looking pretty good for the win here. 1 minute till rainfall. Apparently. Let's wait and see. And there we go. We can see it. It is raining.
Confirmed.
Yeah, look, it's raining pretty quick. It's falling pretty quickly, so... Not this lap, but certainly by the end of this lap, we will be in. Just get past this pit entry and we shall be coming in. I don't think anyone will gamble this lap. All right, let's get the inside. Oh, they do. They are gambling. Bottas, Hülkenberg, Piastri all pile in. I think that's a little bit too early. Norris in as well. Are McLaren going to have to double stack, or was there enough of a gap? No, there's enough of a gap. Let's just see if Norris... Oh, they're all going in, though.
Okay.
Maybe we've got it wrong. Let's wait and see. Look at this, the whole pit lane. The whole grid near enough in the pit lane here. And Lando's going to have to be hurled for all of these cars coming in. These are awful angles, aren't they? Anyway, we're not getting any good angles, but basically most of the grid, apart from Sainz, Ricciardo and Porcher, the only ones that stayed out there.
Confirmed. We have more rain around.
Still got 2 kilometers to go. This is where we'll start losing time, but how much time? So Bottas is the one to look for. What's the pit loss here? 30 seconds. That can't be right. That can't be right, can it? If it is, Bottas is going to easily take the lead of this race. Normally, I tend to go when it goes past 0.80, and that just seemed too early. It is a longer lap round here. So, at the moment, Bottas would take the lead of the race. I think it's going to be very close. Change to damp, so DRS is now disabled. And we will see Sainz and Ricciardo coming in as well as Porcher, unless they're absolutely maniacs. There we go then. Sainz is in, Ricciardo in, but is Bottas...
Take it in the pit entry.
Piastri, Hülkenberg, they're the 3 that could get the undercut on us here. They went the lap earlier. Hey, Porcher's in as well. I hope he doesn't lose out too badly, because he's in he's in store for some good points. Need a good stop here. 2.1. We're held. Why are we being held? We're held for Teo. Oh, and of course, the Red Bull doesn't hold for anyone though. Our team is too kind there. And Bottas is going to do it here. Quite comfortably as well. So yeah, they got it right.
P5.
They got it right to gamble.
On next one is Hulkenberg.
Badoka, thanks for the follow. Lane, what is this? This is F1 Manager 24. So yeah, Bottas, Piastri and Hulkenberg got it right
He's
by coming
2.5
in.
behind.
And we have fallen then from 2nd to 5th. Sainz from 1st to 3rd. Got a little bit of a tyre margin on them. Teo Porcher has remained in 6th. That's good to see. But Bottas leads. As I say, he's the reigning world champion, the 2025 world champion. But he has got issues in this race, so I don't know if he'll be able to maintain that.
Yep, understood.
And Ricciardo, to be fair, he's going to gain on his closest competitors here. The only, as I say, there's 4 people that could win this championship. Ricciardo's got a 50-point lead on Alonso in 2nd. I think it's about 60 points on Tsunoda in 3rd and 70 points on Verstappen in 4th. Of course, Alonso in 2nd and Max Verstappen in 4th are no longer in the race. So he's gaining on those. And Tsunoda took a penalty down in P10. So even if Ricciardo finished 5th, it would be a great result for him and he'd be well on his way to winning the Drivers' Championship. So we haven't got to risk anything here. But if you are jumping into the stream, please do me a massive favour and click that like button. Really does help me out. Super appreciated. It looks like it could be anyone from this top 5 then. I don't think we're going to see anyone far back here. The only thing we could do is... don't think another stop would really be the way to go, but... let's just have a look what we could do here. Yeah, that'd be 2 seconds quicker. So, yeah, we could... the current strategy is the quickest way, but if we want to mix it up, spice it up a bit, then we could certainly try that. FS or Eves, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. But yeah, just to spice this up a bit, I might change the strategy. What would that different strategy be coming in on? That would be coming in on lap 44. So let's just keep that in mind because I'm not going to switch over for that. Lap 44. Did you update the grid to 2025 in the new update before you started? No, Jacob. This is we're into the 3rd season in this series. So in our new series, we'll be starting a new series in the next week or so, and that will have the updated grid and the updated liveries as part of that one. We'll be doing a Maserati series. Lane, is it worth the $35? I guess only you can answer that. It's worth it for me because I enjoy playing it. I enjoy F1. I enjoy manager games. So for me, yeah, I think it's the best edition of F1 Manager. So if you like that kind of thing, then I would say yes, but... right, so Ricciardo is on the back of Hulkenberg here. Tyres, 97%. I wonder if we just go for the 2-stopper and try something a bit different. Because the tyres are going to be really low by the end of this race, aren't they? Well, they could stand standard, I guess. I'm just thinking we're opening up a gap here to Teo. So if we can get that to... what was the loss here? 28 seconds. So yeah, if that... really depends on Teo. If we can get a gap there, then I think I might switch to the 2-stop just to try something a little bit different. Bottas still leads. Piastri very close though. Obviously no DRS now. There won't be any DRS for the rest of this race. The other thing we've got to bear in mind is it's going to get very wet here, and that might really cool off their worn tyres. I might see, if we get to lap 45 and this is increasing, then we could actually bolt on some wets at the end.
You focus on your race.
Bottas' fault is getting worse. Wets would probably work from lap 50, so you'd only get 13 laps from, so I don't think that would work. But let's just see. We've got some options here in this race. But yeah, Bottas' issues getting worse. We may, unfortunately, see him drop down the order. He's still in the lead at the moment, but he's got a long way to go in this race with a significant issue now, which I think that will be his engine now getting worse. Yeah, that'll be his engine issue getting worse, but he's pulled 6/10 on Piastri, so not too bad. I feel Ricciardo's going to gain anyway, just to make this race a little bit more exciting. I feel we switch to the two-stopper. No, we're just going to go round with this group, so to speak. Because he's already going to maintain the advantage he's got in the Drivers' Championship. So I think we're going to switch to another stop.
Let's try to clear him as quick as we can.
And try and clear these 4 cars and then just push and abuse the tyres. He's on high for overtake. Let's give it a go, Danny Rick.
Overtake.
Jacob, did you hear the news about Cadillac? Yes, I've seen they've officially been announced and they'll be on the grid next year. So I think it was all pretty formality. But yeah, good to see it officially announced. Good to see an 11th team on the grid. And Ricciardo, that's one done then on Nico Hülkenberg. Next is Carlos Sainz, who we've battled with for most of this race. Carlos, I think, has got the pace, but he's getting a bit bogged down now. Going to try and use quite a bit of battery here. And Ricciardo having a look. Oh, God, I know you're late on the brakes, Danny, but... who do you think their drivers will be? Hold on, as Ricciardo on the outside. He's past Carlos Sainz. Ricciardo is motoring along. Might be past Piastri here as well. He is. Ricciardo, a double move there. And now he's on to Bottas. So we are pushing on this tyre. We're pushing on the battery, of course, here. But that was really good work. Let's just see if we get a replay of that.
And we're watching Daniel Ricciardo.
Look at this. Great traction on the inside.
And they squeeze by.
And we just continued, propelled us past Sainz, past Piastri, using the battery, of course. But Sainz and Piastri dispatched. And we're on to Bottas. Yeah, who do I think their drivers will be? I think they'll go experienced, for one of them at least. There's been talk about they'll have an American driver, but then there's been talk about them saying they won't necessarily have an American driver. As Ricciardo is into the lead. This is what we need to do to make this two-stopper work. And Ricciardo is into the lead. Great work from Danny Rick. I'll continue pushing on the battery for a little while. Hope Bottas can just slow up the pack behind us. Yeah, I still feel they might go for an American. But who that will be, who knows? Obviously a lot of talk about Colton Herta previously, but I think they need to get him, if that's going to be the case, they really need to get him some testing time in Formula 1 at some point this year. But I could see maybe... someone like a Bottas who's taking a year out, going there for a year or two. I think they'd want someone experienced. Noob Games, what's up, buddy? Hope you're well. Just trying to think who else. Terrence, thanks for the follow. Trying to think who else would fit into the experience. I know Danny Rick, but I think Danny Rick is pretty much done with Formula 1 now. So Bottas is keeping his hands and feet warm, so to speak. So yeah, I could see a Bottas in there. Checo, maybe? Don't know if they really need the money, but... Mexican driver might be a pull for them. So yeah, I think maybe a Perez, Bottas, that kind of driver, with maybe an American or a young American driver. And if they don't go young America, then maybe an F2, a good F2 driver from this year. Henry Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg's in the Audi, so I don't think he'll be moving on from there. He's secured himself a nice little seat there. It's obviously Sauber this year, but he's got the contract for next year as well. So, but yeah, someone like Hülkenberg, that's what I think they'll go for. Right, Ricciardo then has opened up a 2.7 gap. We're going to push till lap 44 here. Cars are overheating. We should be okay. Can bring them down a bit just to manage it.
And try to cool down the tires where you can. Rear is slightly coming up.
But I don't want to give any advantage to Oscar Piastri here.
Understood.
Thanks for the follow, Henry. Much appreciated. If you are dropping in for the first time, we always say this. We very rarely skip the on-track action here. But, of course, we've nothing going on track for our drivers at the moment. Obviously, we've only got one driver. Alonso's out. So, we're just forward on managing this gap. Danny Rick will have overtaking to do once he pits because we've abused this tyre now. It's locked in for this stop now. Of course, the only tricky thing with this is a safety car would really ruin it. Well, it wouldn't ruin it. It would just put everyone on the net strategy as us because they'll all jump into the pits, I'd imagine. But yeah, who else do we think drivers for Cadillac? Let me know in the comments. I definitely think it'll be experienced plus, as I say, a rookie from F2 or an American driver. Trying to think who's in. Could Yuki go there? Could Yuki Tsunoda go there? That could be a shout. Could Yuki Tsunoda? I'm just thinking because he's not got the chance of the Red Bull seat. He doesn't really want to stay in RB, and really he'll be getting to the point where RB, you know, Racing Bulls, whatever you want to call them, Toro Rosso. That team is really used to develop their junior drivers, so you know they're not developing him to get into the Red Bull team. So Honda, obviously Aston Martin, but Aston Martin have got Alonso. He's not going to get rid of his son, is he? I don't think. So Yuki, that could be a shout. I'm actually hyping myself up here. I've just called it Yuki Tsunoda in the Cadillac team. Yuki Tsunoda plus an American driver. Right, Sainz is catching us, and that's a bit alarming here because we're trying to push away. JC, catch me up. Did you retire a car? I did not. Max Verstappen locked up and went into the back of us. And that is why Fernando Alonso is out of the race, unfortunately. Yuki should have got the Red Bull seat. Yeah, I think it's very close between him and Lawson. I think they've just looked at Yuki being in that RB seat for a long time. And hasn't done enough. Right, this is not great now.
Left on tires.
This is quite worrying for us now because Sainz is really reading us in, so is Piastri. And they're doing it by just being on standard. They're not pushing their tyres. We're just going backwards, which is a real surprise here. Hulkenberg's dropped 4.8. Bottas, that issue is getting worse. If we stop now, we would come out in 13th behind Albon, so we want to keep pushing. We're not due to stop till lap 44. I'd like to think we could get back up to at least third, but the race win is just looking not possible. Piastri's pace I'm surprised of. Sainz, I knew that Red Bull was quick, because as I say, him and Max were 6th temps on pole and 2nd place. So they certainly got the pace. But yeah, it's just yeah, there's nothing we could do. If we would have stayed on standard on the tyres, Sainz would have been past us by now, and Piastri. So bit of a catch-22. Sainz maybe having a go here on us. What we've got to do is just race hard here, try to frustrate Sainz, maybe get him using his tyres a bit more. We're going to stop, but they are definitely not stopping. No one is going for a 2-stop here. Our biggest issue will be if we stop and then there's a safety car, that will kill us. Because they'll gain so much on us, so we've just got to hope. If there is a safety car, it's this side of lap 44. I don't think we'll get to lap 44 though, to be fair. We're burning these tyres up quite a bit. Let's just try and cool them off a bit.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tyres.
We might lose out a bit here to Sainz, but I think we've got to try and cool these tyres off a bit. So we're just burning them up way too much. Yeah, Sainz looking very good. Got good pace. But as I say, I'm surprised by Piastri's pace. But maybe the McLarens have got some pace around here because Norris is now up to P5, so he is climbing the order as well. Maybe the McLaren working well in the rain. But here comes Carlos Sainz then. Is he going to send it on the inside of Danny Rick? No, not quite. Johnny boy, what's flapping? Nothing. I see our line in a moment.
Yeah, really heavy rain at the moment.
Right, Ricciardo leads then still, but we are going to stop. So we will give up this lead, but I think Sainz is going to get it done before we stop. That's for sure. He's got the pace on us. But I say Ricciardo is going to gain in the championship anyway today, so it's not a big issue for us. Matteo Portier still in the points, 7th, and he's on Bottas, who's got that issue. I think Bottas is going to end up outside the points. So I think Portier in the Haas, Ocon in the Williams, and Gasly in the Audi are all going to score points. Let's wait and see. But yeah, Piastri very much in this. I think the win is going to be between Sainz and Piastri at this rate. JSD pushed the tyres, pit lap 40. The problem is we're burning them up too much, so I don't even think they'd reached lap 40 at that rate. I just need to cool them off and then I will go attack again. The problem is I don't want to pit too early either because we've come out. Just remind me of the pit loss again. 28 seconds. So at the moment we're coming out, yeah, in 13th behind Albon. That's a lot of overtaking we've got to do. I'd like to clear, if we can get clear Albon, then we've got a 6-second gap to Russell. That would be nice. We can get the tyres into working order, and then hopefully it'll be easier to overtake. Sainz, he's got up to us, but he hasn't been able to make the move yet. Of course, there's no DRS because it's wet conditions. And if you join in late, Verstappen, Alonso, Magnussen, Leclerc, all out of the race. Alright, we're getting ready to push on these tyres again. But you can see the difference going back to standard is made. Alright, let's attack again here. At least push before the straights, then back to cooling. Hayden, why? Why are they out? Verstappen locked up, went into the back of Alonso, so took us out along with himself. Magnussen binned it, and then Leclerc very shortly after binned it as well. So those four out of the race. We've got Bottas with damage. Hamilton struggling as well, so Hamilton has been going backwards. Bottas starting to go backwards, so yeah, Leclerc, Alonso, Verstappen, who would normally score points, aren't going to score points. Hamilton's not going to score points. I don't think Bottas will score points either by the end of this race. There's going to be a few surprises in the points. Here we go then. Sainz continues to challenge Ricciardo. We just dropped Sainz there though. That was lovely. So they have got to manage their tyres a little bit though, because they've got to get them to the end, whereas we haven't. But we should have a bit of fun with Danny Rick when we stop. We've got quite a few overtakes to do. Last lap with 141.6. So yeah, we're going a lot quicker than those guys back there. We've nearly cleared Albon, so that's the gap that we want. Yeah, let me know in the comments who is going to win in Australia then next week. Formula 1 is back. Give me your podium. First, second and third in Australia. You viewed, evening buddy. How are you? Hope you had a good week. Robert, is it going to keep raining till the end? It is indeed, yes. It's wet till the end. We started the race in dry conditions. Started dry, but we are wet till the end. It's going to get very wet. That's what she said. It's going to get very wet around lap 48, 49. But it won't be wet long enough to stay on the wets, I don't think. It looks like it's inters all the way. Ricciardo maintaining the lead. Is it going to Max, Charles, and Lando? A Max win. Yeah. Well, I was going to say it's bold, but it's not really bold going for a Max win. I wouldn't be surprised. Charles and Lando. Yeah. Could see all those in the podium. That's not a bad shout for the podium, to be fair. I'd probably have it in a slightly different order. I'd maybe go Lando, Charles, Max. Max, Lando, Hamilton with his first podium, red podium. That would be a scene. UV, good to hear, buddy. Glad to hear. Have we? Was there any patching up with the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, or we moved on? Are we back fishing, UV? Right, Ricciardo down to 57%. Got that gap to Albon now. When did we put these tyres on? Lap 22. So we've only done 18 laps on them. Yeah, I don't want to go too early on the next set. UV now we've moved on. Yep, fair enough. I respect it. She's history. Plenty more to go after, UV. Jacob, sorry, missed yours. Charles, Lando, and Kimi Antonelli, yes. I think Kimi's going to take a little while to get up to speed, but we'll see. I like it. So that is a bold shout. Kimi on his debut, as Sainz has had enough of looking at Ricciardo's rear wing, and Sainz finally moves into the lead. As I say, I don't think we're really fighting Sainz and Piastri here. I think they've got too much pace on us, but hopefully we can make a stop. Everyone else is staying. They're going to the end. We're going to make a stop and hopefully have enough pace to get back up to P3 as the target. UV, what happened to Alonso? Lap 4. Alonso were we leading the race at that point as well? I think we were with Alonso. Max Verstappen behind him, locked up. And yeah, torpedoed into the rear wing of Fernando. So both Max and Alonso out in that instant. So that is probably Alonso's driver championship dream over. Robert, got a feeling Piastri going to win in Australia. Oh, that would be nice. As a McLaren fan, that would be nice. A McLaren win and a Piastri win on home soil. That would be very tasty. I like it. I like it. I'll have it.
Keep the head down.
Piastri, good shout for Oz. As a McLaren fan, who's your favourite driver? I'm not really a driver guy. I'm more of the team guy, if you see where I'm coming from. So it's hard. I like them both, to be fair. I think Lando. It's weird because once Lando started fighting last year, obviously a lot of fans go off him. But I think Lando's highly skilled. I just like Piastri as well. I just like Piastri's demeanour. Well, I think it's a big season for Piastri because, again, Lando got a lot of hate for some reason, and it's kind of being made out that Piastri's really pushing him, and because Piastri had to give Lando that win. If you really look at the results, Lando last season was a lot faster than Piastri, dominated him qualifying, and his race pace was a lot quicker than Piastri. It wasn't that close when you really drill into it, so I actually think it's a big season for Piastri now. He's settled in that team. If he wants to become a world champion, Piastri's got to really challenge Lando this year. But that's a problem for McLaren because if you want to have a world driver champion, that's why Max is so well placed, because Lawson's not really going to be taking points off Max if they've got a competitive car. Whereas Piastri and Lando might take points off each other. Charles and Lewis might take points off each other. So that goes in the advantage of Max. So yeah, I think Piastri's got a big season. He's got to show that he can beat Lando. So it'll be interesting. So I think he'll come out fighting in Australia's home race. It'll be a track that he knows very well, of course. So good opportunity for Piastri to start well. Jacob, Lando was only bad at race. Oh, his race starts were absolutely appalling, weren't they? even before it is really like highlighted in the mainstream, so to speak, if you're a McLaren fan, his starts were bad
Okay,
for a
head down.
while,
We keep focusing.
even when he wasn't putting it on pole and things. UV's going Norris first, Oscar Piastri second, and surprise Carlos Sainz third place. Ooh. UV'd Carlos on the podium for Williams. I'm definitely sending you a fiver if that happens, but I'll take the McLaren one too. Right, lap 40 then. And we need to think about coming in for our stop shortly.
Let's get ready.
Understood.
As Pierre Hamlin wants to get ready, he's ready for it. Bottas has now slipped all the way down to 8th with his issue, his engine issue. Gasly's out of the points now, but I think he'll get that back when Bottas slips down. So 28 seconds is the loss here.
Just head down.
So actually we've nearly cleared Russell now. So actually pitting in front of Russell and then getting past Bottas should be pretty easy with his issue.
P2.
I think we'll come out 8th or 9th and then we'll quickly be into 8th. Hopefully it'll be a wet race. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the forecast. What's the Melbourne forecast for next weekend? Although it doesn't really matter. You can look at the weather here tomorrow and that's still wrong. Yeah, we do love a bit of rain in Formula 1. It mixes it up a treat. But if you are jumping into the stream, you haven't already, do smash the like button. Really does help me out. Super appreciated. And we're into the last third of this race. And as I say, we could have easily just gone on a one stop or gone on these inters till the end. But to mix it up a bit, we're going to go for another stop. That is going to demote us down to about 8th. I don't think we had the pace to be on standard on these tyres to stay with Sainz and Piastri anyway. So I think 3rd is the best we could have hoped for. So we're going to pit, probably come out in 8th and 9th and hope we've got the pace to get back up to 3rd. Make it a little bit more interesting for us. Watch them all bin it into turn 1, raining with a chance of kangaroos. Indeed. But yeah, Ricciardo's tyre is really dropping off now. He's starting to lose out to Piastri. Now might be the time to come in. Just monitor this if he stays within 1.1. If we drop any more time. I'd like to get to lap 44, but... where's that rain? But yeah, if you look at this rain graph, it's going to get it's getting heavier now. I don't think we can afford to stay out for that long. I think we're coming in.
Keep your head down.
I think we're coming in. We're losing too much pace. What's the 28? Oh, it's going to be touch and go with Russell here, though.
Box confirmed.
We might be out
Inter.
just behind Russell. Box, box, box. We're boxing. Longer you hold Piastri behind while gaining on Bottas' gap will give you a great chance at 2nd. Don't think we're going to get back up to 2nd, personally. I think 3rd is going to be the best we can hope for. Oh, I need to bring him in. He's losing so much pace now. Yeah, Russell. We're not even gaining on Russell now, so I think we're just going to be behind Russell. Not with that attitude. I think we're just going to be behind Russell here, unfortunately.
No problem.
Like when I'm remembering Coulthard winning from 11th.
Pit lane.
Yes, I like a
Take
wet
it easy in
race.
the pit entry.
Coulthard, well, I'd say Coulthard
Okay.
likes a wet race, unless it's Spa, and he just takes out the whole grid. Right, here we go then. Ricciardo in for his final stop, and we're not expecting anyone else on the grid to make another pit stop unless we get a safety car. 2.3, not the quickest of stops there.
Track will be clear.
So I think we're going to be just behind George Russell here. Oh, don't say there's a virtual. That's awful. Will we still benefit from this? We won't, will we?
We've got a yellow flag here.
We will, because they've had to slow. That has just worked out for us there. And we're at the safety car line, so they can't overtake us. So, yes, I thought we were not going to benefit from that. Ortoletto, did we see what happened to him there? No. I might have missed the replay because I was getting a bit concerned. But that has just worked out. The virtual was thrown just as we were exiting the box. And that meant Bottas and Russell had to slow for Delta, and it means we just jumped them. So actually, that's worked perfectly.
Look after the tires.
It won't work so well if all of these now pit, though. I don't know if they will under a virtual. They've still got really good tyre life. Let's just see if they're going to come into the pits. I don't think they are, no. Well, let's have a look. They're actually coming around here. No, Sainz doesn't. Piastri doesn't. Is anyone going to gamble? No. Surprising. I thought some of them might have gone for a stop there, but they're not. Let's say that we just got some advantage from that, which has helped us stay out in front of Bottas and Russell. All right, virtual's ending. Let's attack on these. Jacob protecting a red flag in Australia can certainly happen. Obviously, any track with the walls close in, certainly be the case. Top two tyres are going to fall off hard. I don't know if they will, though. They're still at 70-odd%. We'll see, we'll see. Jesse, yours fell off at 50. Yeah, but the problem with me is I was attacking, so the temps on... Well, our temps were just through the roof, so they're probably just managing them in a nice temperature. So we were just burning our tyres up. What would have been good for us if there was some drier weather, so the rain dropped to a certain level, but not enough to go to softs, because then that would really burn up their tyres. But, yeah, so we're 8 seconds off Sonoda. We've got to get these tyres up to temperature, and then we'll go on to standard for a bit. And then we'll see where we fall. We're hoping to get back up to third. We are 16 seconds off third, though, so what have we got? 18 laps left. We need to take a second lap out of Hulkenberg, basically. Yeah, basically a second lap out of Hulkenberg. We'll monitor that once we actually get these up to temps. Let's have a look. 142.8. Oh, we've took... Well, we're definitely doing it there. Let's see the next lap. Hulkenberg's about to set it. 44.2. Only 2 temps there. Let's wait and see the next one. That's about an average, about 6 to 8 temps we're taking out. Let's see what we do next lap. Hulkenberg 140. He's in the 143s. He's gone a little bit quicker. It's a bit very similar at the moment. Let's attack. Let's attack again. All right, we're 7 seconds off Théo Pourchaire. He's the first target. We'll jump back on board once we get close to him. 43.4, yeah. So it's a lot better when we're attacking. Just don't want to burn these out too much. What's that wet weather saying? So this is about as wet as it's going to get, isn't it? Yes, this is a problem. They really overheat, and then we're using so much tyre life. Let's just go standard. Cool them off a bit.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tires.
Understood.
We'll cool them down a bit, and then we'll attack again. Still got a good chance of getting back as third place here. Our show that we're lapping. We're getting close to Théo now. Within 2 seconds, we'll jump on board. Alright, here we go then. Théo Pourchaire. And we're now 9 seconds off Hulkenberg, so we're certainly eating into that lead he's got on us. I think the leaders are just out of sight. Sainz has actually pulled 8 seconds on Piastri.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the
so Sainz is looking comfortable now for the win. But Danny Rick can see Théo Pourchaire. He's got to get past him, and then 5 seconds up the road we're on to Norris, who is fighting closely with Yuki Tsunoda here. Give Danny Rick some battery.
Only can use the deploy.
Okay.
No DRS, of course, so we've got to get this done with battery and slipstream. Danny Rick, gonna have a look. No, he's not. We can't afford to lose too much time if we want to get back to third place here. Oh, that's much better traction. Well, actually, it's the battery that's helping us there. Danny Rick through then to P6. And Pourchaire into 7th in the points. So looking good again, Teo for some points. Gasly getting points. Ocon getting points.
Good job with the targets. Okay, that's P6. P6. Okay, next one is Norris.
Right, Lando Norris, 5 seconds up the road then.
Okay, we can push.
Yep.
Bottas's fault is getting worse. He is out of the points now, so Bottas and Hamilton are not going to score points. Not sure why they're not retiring those cars, but fair enough. Right, what's the last laps now? 43.2. Yeah, we're going a second quicker now, so this is really good now. As Norris has passed Tsunoda. 3.3. Not really gaining at the moment, though. Are those two... Maybe they're having a bit of a push while they're battling each other. 2.8. We're only actually 6 seconds off Hülkenberg now, but we're not really gaining significantly at this stage. 8 laps to go. Come on, we've got to eat into it a little bit more than that, Danny Rick. 1.8. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Tsunoda and Norris having a big battle there. Here we go then. We've arrived on them. We haven't got too much battery. That's the only issue. I'm along 8 laps. Got 3 seconds to Hülkenberg.
So we just have to get head down.
I'll just sit here for a lap just to get a bit of top up.
Okay.
Charge on and box now.
Understood.
Match use, deploy exit T4. Yeah, I just want to try and get a bit of battery life back over a lap here. Problem is, if I deploy, I'll use all the battery. And then we might be struggling once we get to Hülkenberg.
Stable. Stable with that bit of deck.
Alright, let's give us a bit of harvest into here.
Charge on.
Yep, understood.
Danny Rick, very close to him. Tsunoda's just got a mechanical fault as well. That's not going to help him. Back on deploy. We will attack. Our tyres are very hot.
Try to take opportunity.
Moving out early, but Tsunoda is half covering us off. Danny Rick. Can he go around the outside here? No. Can't get it done. Come on, Ricciardo. We need to get this done now.
We just keep the head down. On the way
3.5 to Hülkenberg. 7 laps to go after this one. Danny Rick using the battery. Come on, Danny Rick. Through on the inside. And we're through. Danny Rick then into P5. Now he needs to get past Lando Norris. Max thanks to the follow. What a move. Great move from Danny Rick. Let's have another look at that on Tsunoda. Sent it. A lovely move. Strong, bold move from Danny Rick. Back to P5 then. As I say, the best we think we can achieve is P3. Although Hülkenberg's only 6 seconds off Piastri, but I don't think we've quite got the pace. The battery is just not great. If we had better battery, we'd be in a much better place. And we've only got, well, we've got 0% battery to be exact now. Yeah, they're still in the... We're nearly on the same tyre margin of them. That's how much we're abusing our tyres. Oh, we're going to harvest into this first corner, but Danny Rick might be trying to make the move into this first corner.
Keep the head down.
Oh, a little bit too far back.
Charge on.
Yep, understood. Okay.
I think we just need to be a little bit patient here.
Reminder for charge off.
Understood.
We're not going to get to Piastri. He's going to be too far up the road. We're burning these tyres up.
Okay, understood.
Ricciardo going for it here? Ricciardo, he is indeed. That's a long way back, but Danny Rick is going to squeeze through there. Lando Norris doesn't want to give it up, though, and he doesn't give it up. Lando Norris comes straight back at us. But Danny Rick doesn't want to give it up either.
We can still do it.
Lando is back through. This is fine. I'm happy with that because we're just conserving a bit of the battery. I want to get Lando by lap 59, really, to give us any chance of Hulkenberg. Cooling these tyres off a bit as well.
Not expecting more rain in this session.
Okay.
Is that true? No more rain. Oh, God. No more rain now. These tyres could really burn up at the end. Right, let's harvest again. There's Hulkenberg. We can see him up the road there. Yuki has stayed with us.
6 more laps. 6 more laps.
6 to go.
Charge off. Overtake available. Overtake available.
East thanks to the follow. Right, using a bit more battery at Danny Rick. Long way back though. We may not get to Hulkenberg at this rate.
You're right now.
I don't think it'll get too dry, which would be good because we need these tyres to hold on. Here we go, Danny Rick using a lot of the battery this time. Can we make our way through? Lando again, doesn't want to give it up. We're still going to use some of the battery here. Oh, Lando around the outside. Right, we're through, but we've used all the battery there.
Okay, so in front of you is Hulkenberg.
Bats Boris, thanks for the follow. Max, nice indeed, but we've used all the battery. And our tyres are nearly in worse condition than the guys ahead of us here.
Charge on.
Lando might have a good opportunity to get us back here. Ricardo on always defend. Just a bit mindful of how much this is going to dry out at the end here. There's only 4 laps to go though after this one that we're now about to start, so we should be fine. Ezra, thanks for the follow.
5 more laps. 5 more laps. Charge on.
Right, 5 laps to go. 3.2 to Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg might hang on here, you know.
Charge on. Charge on.
Let's attack again. Let's just attack.
Keep pushing.
I wonder if DRS will come back into play. How... just... will it go under 1 millimeter? I don't think it will. Right, 4 to go then. Lando Norris very much staying with us here. 2.8 to Hulkenberg. We are gaining on him. Hulkenberg only 4.8 off Piastri, to be fair. But you see how much we blitzed our tyres. These are only, what, 15 laps old compared to their 30, 40 lap old tyres, and we're at the same percentage now. If you are jumping into the stream, do smash that like button and help Danny Rick on his way here to potentially getting onto the podium. We gave up the podium to go for another stop, so we'd like to get it back if we can. And we're now within 2 seconds of Hulkenberg. And he's within 5 of Piastri, but we're not going to have enough time to get Hulkenberg and then Piastri.
Charge on.
Let's just harvest into there. 2 seconds.
Unconfirmed. Rain stopped.
Rain has stopped.
Yep,
Oh
understood.
dear, let's hope it not dries out straight away here. No, it's drying out slowly. That's good. 1.5 to Hulkenberg. But Hulkenberg might have a full battery here because he's not been fighting anyone. Ifs, I'm probably saying your name completely wrong and butchering it, but hi, buddy.
So
I hope you're doing well.
on the pace.
Right.
On charge jump.
We've arrived. We've arrived at Nico Hulkenberg.
3 more laps.
Okay.
Sonoda's mechanical fault getting worse. He should be able to hold on because he's got 10 seconds to prepare, so he'll definitely hold on. Right, 3 laps to go.
Click overtake.
Danny Rick hunting down Hulkenberg to get back onto the podium. And he'll be extending his Drivers' Championship over all of his competitors. Because the closest 3 to him are Alonso out of the race, Yuki in 6th, he's ahead of him, and Verstappen out of the race. So it's a good day no matter what for Ricciardo.
P4 at the moment.
But can we get Nico Hulkenberg here?
Next car behind is Norris.
Norris 3 seconds back. Ricciardo getting ever closer to Hulkenberg. We did manage to get quite a bit of battery back, so this is helping us all the time here.
Head back down, we stay in the rhythm. Charge on.
Understood.
Silent charge there just to get a slipstream. Hopefully stay within half a second of him. That's exactly what I wanted there. And again here. Just need to monitor that gap. I'm hoping Hulkenberg's trying to use a bit of battery. Force him into a bit of battery. Well, we just saved a little bit extra
Okay
there.
for charge off. Okay for charge off.
Okay.
Still half a second.
Okay, charge on.
Understood.
2 more laps.
Right, 2 laps to go. This is where we need to make it count.
Overtake available.
Come on, Danny Rick.
Understood.
That gap's going to close off there. Danny Rick using the battery here. Hulkenberg goes to cover off. Getting a bit of a slipstream, but he's covered off the outside. We're going to have to send it inside, but Danny Rick doesn't go for it. Hulkenberg defending well then, as Ricciardo is trying to get that podium place back. A lap and a half to go. Skeggy, love to see someone else who likes Lotus. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're gaining here, though. This is the moment, potentially, for Danny Rick. Is he going to send it on the inside again? He is indeed. Danny Rick up to P3. And now he just needs to push away. He's not going to be able to get to Piastri, so he's got to use this battery now to fend off Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg might have saved a bit of battery to try and challenge him back. But maybe not. It's up to 7 temps, 8 temps. He's getting a bit of a slipstream. Our tyres are overheating. They're going to severely overheat towards the end here because the track is about to dry out.
And keep an eye on the battery.
Joseph, thanks for the follow. We're out of battery, but we've got that to nearly a second on Hulkenberg. There may be DRS on this last lap, which we really need to avoid. We need to keep this to a second, really. It is 1.1, because if Hulkenberg gets DRS, that's going to be a big problem. We're 6 millimeters of rain dispersing away from DRS being enabled.
Okay for charge off now.
And there's 2 DRS zones here. 3 millimeters away. DRS will be enabled. We've got to stay out of that DRS. There's 1 DRS zone, so he's not going to get it there. There's only 1 DRS zone.
And we need some update on track conditions, please.
There we go. It's changed to dry. DRS will be enabled. Hulkenberg is within DRS. This is problematic. We've got to try and push that gap so it's a second. It's not, though. It's teetering on a second.
What do you think about the tires?
It's just over a second. This is what we need.
Still has some drag.
Carlos Sainz is going to win this race. We can't really watch it, though. Here's the DRS zone. I don't think Hulkenberg got it. No, his rear wing is not open. Ricciardo just about holding on then. Hopefully for P3. Hulkenberg getting ever closer. He's really gaining on us now, though. We've used all our battery. We could be in trouble here on this start. Well, the start-finish straight comes very quickly, the finishing line. So I think we'll be okay. Sainz has won it. Piastri is going to finish P2.
He's taken the win.
Hulkenberg is charging and challenging us, but we're going to hold on. And it's Danny Rick that will finish in P3.
Okay, we take the flag.
And Hulkenberg P4 then. We take the fastest lap as well from earlier on in the race when it was dry conditions.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
But we made it work in the end. We went for that extra stop and we got back up to P3. We just about held on. I think another lap, Hulkenberg would have had us because we were completely burning up our tyres and used all our battery. But Danny Rick is back on the podium. P3, Fernando Alonso, unfortunately taken out of the race by Max Verstappen, so no points, and that could be Ricciardo well on his way to winning the 2026 Drivers' Championship. Lucas, thanks for the gifts, buddy. Much appreciated. Too kind, buddy.
And Daniel Ricciardo can be rightly proud of the miracles he worked here today.
And there's Danny Rick then, a happy man, back on the podium. Didn't get the race win today, but first or second looks too far gone for us today. So third always looked like the maximum.
Spirit there, as everyone finally
We'll
gets
take
the
that.
chance to share this moment.
That mechanic is very happy.
And I'm not sure there's anyone who enjoys a podium quite like Daniel Ricciardo does.
And the Honey Badger on the podium. And there we go. Carlos Sainz wins it. Carlos Sainz dominated in the end. Piastri held on for second. And Ricciardo, P3. Let's have a look what that's done to the championships then. First of all, full classification then. Sainz up 1 to win it. Piastri, good race actually, up 7 places to finish second. Ricciardo himself up 2 places to third. Hulkenberg another up 7 places to finish fourth. Look at all this changing on the grid. Norris up 7 to 5th. Tsunoda up 10 to 6th. And Teo drops 1 to 7th. But still good points for Haas. He'll be happy with that. Haas getting 6 points. Very good work from them. Russell up 13 places to 8th. Albon up 9 to 9th. So points for Aston Martin. And Gasly gets a point for Audi as well. So that's going to shake up the teams at the lower end of the grid. We'll have a look at that shortly. Let's look at the Drivers' Championship first of all. As I say, coming into this, Ricciardo had about a 50-point lead on Alonso. I think it was 60-odd on Tsunoda, 70-odd on Verstappen. They were the 4 that could really challenge for the title. Of course, early on, Verstappen and Alonso out of the race, and Tsunoda was a lot lower. So Ricciardo has took a massive advantage in this Drivers' Championship. What is that? I'm making that 76 points, if my quick maths are out. 66 points? 66 points, I believe. So 66, I think it is, with about 6 races to go. So it's looking very good for Ricciardo, unless he has an Alonso and a retirement or 2. He probably needs a couple of retirements or a couple of no-scoring events for anyone else to challenge him now. Yuki's still in P3, but he gains 8, so he's only 8 off for Alonso. So it's very close between Alonso, Tsunoda and Verstappen. But basically, for anyone to have a chance to dethrone, well, the incumbent champion, Ricciardo's going to have a retirement or 2 or not get any points in a couple of races. Sainz moves up to 5th. This Red Bull's come alive at the end of the season, so they might be challenging us for the... Well, actually, they won't challenge us for constructors because Max didn't score any points. But Carlos up to 5th. Piastri drops to 6th. Lando 7th. Hulkenberg 8th. Hamilton 9th. Bottas 10th, the reigning world champion. Leclerc 11th. Russell 12th. Rest of the point scorers, Pourchaire now up to 13th with another 6 points. Albon in 14th. Perez 15th, Gasly 16th, Ocon 17th, Bortoletto 18th. So again, just the 4 drivers yet to score. The 2 Alpines, Magnussen and Fittipaldi. Championship basically over. Yeah, the championship is basically over. Is Brazil or Kota next? Not sure, Max, because we have changed the calendar this year. It's certainly not Brazil, because I think I set Brazil to be the season closer. So it may well be Kota next. We'll have a look. Constructors then, as I say, we had a massive gap in this, and that's continued because Red Bull, Max Verstappen out of the race, so it's only Sainz that scores, so they gain 9 points on us. But again, it's not enough. They really need to be getting 1-2s, and for us having retirements or finishing low down on the points. So Constructors looks very good for us now, and the Drivers' Championship looks very good for Daniel Ricciardo. RB are in 3rd. Looks like they'll hold on to that from McLaren in 4th, Ferrari in 5th. Don't score again, though. That's 2 races in a row, I believe, they haven't scored. So Mercedes, that continues for the next 6 races. They might have a chance for 5th place. But then look at this battle, then, for 7th place. So it's between... Alpine haven't scored, so let's forget about poor old Alpine down there. But Haas get another 6 points, so they move up to 7th. They're on 16. Aston Martin gained 2 today. They're on 12. Williams, no points. They dropped 2 with 11, and Audi on 7. So there's only 9 points between Haas and Audi. So that's a very tasty little battle going on for the final 6 races of the season. But yeah, Constructors looks very good for us, and Danny Rick looking very good for the Drivers' Championship. Did we do any quick pit stops? We did. We got 3. We finished 3rd, 15 points. And we remain in 5th for that. So all looking good for 5th on the DHL fastest pit stop as well. I can check what race is next before we leave off. So let's just have a look at that. But if you've jumped into the stream, you haven't already, please do smash that like button. It's much appreciated. And if you jumped in for the first time, we stream this every Tuesday and Friday. So we will be continuing this on Tuesday. So please jump back in again on Tuesday. Yes, so it is COTA next. COTA is next. So COTA, then we've got Mexico, then Vegas, and then as I say, we've mixed it up at the end. So obviously Brazil is normally earlier than this. Then we have Qatar and Abu Dhabi, but we've put Brazil at the end. So yeah, COTA next. Got 6 races and 1 more sprint then. Yeah, just COTA, which is the next sprint. So we've got 6 full races and a sprint before we wrap up this season. Henry, I remember when you first started this, and the progression is insane. Yes, indeed, buddy. Thanks for tuning in from the start. But yeah, that's going to bring this one to a close. As I say, if you jumped in for the first time, please check us out again on Tuesday, streaming every Tuesday and Friday from about 7 p.m. GMT on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. If you haven't already, please do like the video and do subscribe or follow, depending on the platform. I'd say this is mainly housed on YouTube because we do the live streams there as well, but also all of the episodes of these series. So you can check out a lot more content. So yeah, head over to YouTube. It's on my Twitch and TikTok. If you head to my profile, you'll find the YouTube channel in the bio. So head over there, subscribe, and you can check out the full playlist of this Team Lotus series. But as I say, we'll be back on Tuesday as we head to COTA. So hopefully I shall see you